Some people say that music is a universal language. Some people even say that music is the language of the heart. But can music express more than just emotions? Can music be used to express maybe even philosophical thoughts? Let's find out. According to Johann Nikolaus Forkel, who wrote the first biography of Johann Sebastian Bach, music to Bach was a language and the composer a poet who must first of all have at his disposal the means of making himself intelligible to others. So what kind of ideas and thoughts did Bach try to express through his music? On the title page of the manuscript of the Well-tempered Clavier, Bach states that the composition is for the profit and use of the studious musical young, and also for the special diversion of those who are already skillful in this study. It therefore is clear that the Well-tempered Clavier has a didactic pedagogical purpose. One can learn many things when practicing and studying the Well-tempered Clavier. For example, how to write music in all 24 major and minor keys, and how to write polyphonic music, especially fugues. But what is polyphony actually? And what's a fugue? Polyphony is described by Forkel as two melodies which are so interwoven that they converse together like two persons upon a footing of pleasant equality. New melodic combinations spring from their interweaving, out of which new forms of musical expression emerge. If more melodies are interwoven in the same free and independent manner, the apparatus of language is correspondingly enlarged and becomes practically inexhaustible. Bach regarded his musical parts as persons engaged in conversation. If there are three, each of them on occasion may be silent and listen to the others until it finds something relevant to say itself.
What are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
FBI director
This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Fugues are a special genre of polyphonic music. They follow a strict set of rules. In a fugue, each voice has to start with the same melody, which is called subject or theme of the fugue. Fugues are a special genre of polyphonic music. They follow a set of strict rules. The subject of a fugue should appear in different variants. The most common ones are transposition, augmentation, diminution, inversion, and retrograde. Fugues are a special genre of polyphonic music. They follow a set of very strict rules. Fugues can have more than just one subject. If they have two subjects, it's called a double fugue. If they have three, it's called a triple fugue. Fugues are a special genre of polyphonic music. They follow a set of very strict rules. A voice can enter with the subject before the other voice has finished. This phenomenon is called stretto. The plural of that would be stretti. Stretti are usually found at the end of a fugue. Let's talk about dialectics. What's dialectics? The term dialectics supposedly goes back to the ancient Greek philosophers Socrates and Plato and describes a form of dialogue in which arguments are juxtaposed with opposing counter-arguments. The conflict between those thesis and antithesis is supposed to be resolved through synthesis, and thus truth is being ascertained. Although one has to add that the definition of dialectics has changed a lot throughout history. More on that in a following video essay. How could the dialectical method be used in music? Let's look at the F-sharp minor fugue from the second volume of the Well-tempered Clavier by Bach. It is a triple fugue, which means it has three subjects and it is segmented into four distinct parts. Let's assume that each part is a thesis, antithesis, or synthesis, respectively. At first glance, the first subject seems to be a perfect example of a theme for a fugue. It is as if Bach is trying to tell us this is the way how a subject is supposed to be written. But there's a catch. It is impossible to do stretti with this subject. At several points, Bach attempts to establish stretti, but each attempt fails. The subject is therefore defective or imperfect.
Let me tell you, Hillary has experience, but it's bad experience.
Now the first antithesis. The second subject of the fugue is almost entirely appearing in stretto. But it is much too short to be recognized as an independent and sovereign subject. And this part is full of deliberate mistakes. At the end of this second part, Bach attempts synthesis with the first and second subject in stretto. But again, the attempt fails. A third subject is introduced. It is in opposition to the previous two subjects. In its ambiguous and ornamental gestalt, it differs from the other subjects fundamentally. At the end of this part, Bach again attempts a stretto, which again fails.
Bring a better day. And I'm humbled by the trust and confidence.
How can the conflict be resolved? How can truth be ascertained? By synthesis. In the final part of the fugue, all three subjects are executed in stretto. The imperfect, defective first subject is satisfactorily accommodated with the other subjects, and wholeness and completeness is being achieved. Thus, the fugue ends.
My thanks to Hillary Clinton and to Donald Trump and to Hofstra University for hosting us tonight. Good night, everyone.
Let me know in the comment section what you think of this approach of analyzing a fugue. If you like this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. A huge thank you to Daniel Gianlucano who's supporting me on Patreon. If you want to get exclusive behind the scenes footage or just want to support me, please consider checking out my Patreon account. Thank you for watching.